So today I'd like to take you on a little tour of my Thomas N scale layout. We will start off at the front with this little fence over here. Now I do not have a foam board. This is actually made out of wood, and I had to glue this. It's a bit of a shoddy job, but I had to glue this grass down to the board. Up from above, it looks fine, but if you can see, it does not look great underneath, which is fine. Not many people are going to be looking at it from that angle, but right here we have I'm waiting for my N scale cows to come in. Right now this giraffe is sort of just a little placeholder. We've got a little fence that I super glued together, and the giraffe's just sitting in there. We've got some shrubs over here. And this is sort of like what I imagine to be like the scrapyard, I guess. We got some wheels over here that I bought off eBay. We've got a little tree over here. And we've got some shrubs right over here. I bought these shrubs from my local, if you can see, they're scattered across the entire layout. I bought them from my local hobby shop. They were really cheap for what they were, and I thought they fit really nicely with the scenery. You've got what I like to believe just to be like dead trees over here. We've got some more shrubs, a big mossy rock, and we've got the tunnel. Usually I cover the wires and stuff with, weeds, but right now I don't really have anything to cover to make it look good. I'd have to, figure something out at that point, but I can figure something out. And we've got little gates next to the tunnel, if you can see that. And we've got this little caboose right here. I like to think this is some sort of little diner or something. The kind of when I was a kid, there was a train track that I lived near that was pretty much abandoned, that had a caboose that got turned into a diner. So that's what I like to imagine that is. Got some more shrubs over here, and as you can see, these little telephone poles are kind of spread throughout the layout. We've got another N scale caboose with that neat wheels over here, which I like to think that's maybe another diner. We've got this sort of I like to think this is, I'm gonna say I like to think a lot because this is sort of my little creation and I can kind of build my own world here, but I like to think this is sort of a gate that's been overgrown with leaves, because it does have that sort of gate texture. If you can see, it does look like a gate. It looks like a green gate just covered in moss, and there's a little wagon behind there. And then we have the road. So this road is the newest addition to the setup. There's a bank right here, an N-scale bank, right? And then we have the road that leads around the bank. So I'll show off the cars a little bit. These cars, some of them have working wheels, some of them don't. The ones that look like this black one, they're all the same shape as that black one, do not have working wheels. However, the silver one, the red one, and the yellow ones do have working wheels. If you can see that, bunch of cars. Those cars were very expensive. The silver and red one were very expensive, but these ones are actually quite affordable. And these ones are very affordable. I think they're not exactly the right scale, but they're close enough to where I can probably get away with it. We got the road right over here, and it crosses. I'm gonna have to get a crossing eventually, but that's what it looks like right now. We've got, this is what I thought. So this is like Percy's little area over here. This is where he picks up passengers when he's not working with the troublesome trucks. So we have sort of this little station right over here with a little gate next to it, if you can see that gate. And that's sort of, that's actually the same station as over there. I'm going to have to paint this one at some point. And we have the schoolyard, which is a school and a playground, and it's surrounded by gates that I super glued, and it's surrounded by also by trees and stuff, if you can see that. Now back here is sort of the main station. I like to think of it as the main station. We have the gates, of course. Obviously you need gates to make it look more realistic, even though it's not really too realistic at this moment in time. But Thomas has his Annie and Clarabelle, and he sort of picks up the passengers and goes along this main line into the tunnel and back around again. And I like to think he drops off the passengers right before the tunnel at either this caboose or that caboose. And this is the branch line right here, I like to think of it as, with Percy going around the little line right there. And these are sort of just extras that I haven't put on the layout yet. This is I believe it's vintage. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure what year it's from. Maybe there's a date at the bottom. No, doesn't look like it. But this actually doesn't fit right now. This does not fit with my the track that I have now. It's actually slightly shorter than the track I have now. And honestly, I don't know if it's so old. I don't know if it would even work. We've got some wagons right here, some N-scale wagons. We've got some N-scale people. These are tiny, tiny, tiny people. Like one nudge of the finger and you will absolutely destroy these things. So you have to be very careful with them. But there's a lot of little tiny people in here, if you can see that. I'm actually going to pick one up. This is my finger for scale. That is how tiny they are. They're extraordinarily small. And we have some trains over here. I'm not sure. I know exactly how much they costed me, but I'm actually not sure on the models themselves, like what they're called. This train, I believe, came in a set for $80, and this one came in a set for $200. Now, the 200 one is easily my favorite runner that I have. It is just, it looks beautiful, the detail is amazing, and it's never had any problems. So it's probably my favorite runner next to Thomas over there. And yeah, that is my N-scale layout. So thank you so much for watching. But before you go, let's see a little short video of these guys running.